Russia's military has been sent to fight wildfires in one of the coldest places on Earth. More than 2.5 million hectares have burned in Siberia so far this year. CNN's Kim Brunhuber reports.
From high above, Russian military aircraft dump hundreds of tons of water on the angry flames below. They're in a battle against wildfires now ravaging northeastern Siberia. In an area more accustomed to Arctic temperatures, residents are facing enormous blazes and thawing land that's been frozen for centuries. Rising temperatures and suffocating smoke are driving residents and firefighters to dig trenches to keep the fire away from their homes and fields, but the smog has already covered over 50 settlements, disrupting daily life. The situation is particularly dire for the elderly and COVID-19 patients. Many are feeling hopeless and scared.
It's frightening. Smoke every day, just every day. Only today we have a little sun.
Abnormally high temperatures, drought, and strong winds have worsened the spread of the fire, according to media reports. People in northeastern Siberia rely on these forests. When it burns, verdant woods turn into swamps, and the flammable, dry undergrowth releases long-stored carbon into the air.
The fire hazard situation has sharply worsened almost all over the country due to the abnormal heat. The situation in Yakutia is the most difficult.
So far, flames have ripped through hundreds of thousands of hectares of Russian forest. Firefighters on the ground and in the air are trying to extinguish the blazes and stop them from spreading, but the thick smoke cuts off visibility.
Fire is massive. We extinguish it in one place, it ignites in another. It is very hot weather. The wind is still strong, fanning the fire quickly, but we are coping.
What is one of the coldest places on Earth has now become one of the fastest warming regions. Scientists say that while occasional forest fires are natural, forests in North America and Russia are burning at unprecedented rates.
What's common to these fires in Russia and also in North America is that right now they're really occurring in places where there are heat wave conditions, there are long-standing drought conditions, and these things all feed into what we call the flammability of the fuel.
As a changing climate wreaks havoc, another population has been forced to reckon with a warming world. Kim Brunhuber, CNN.
Let's go to Derek Van Dam, CNN meteorologist, with more on the situation with these rising temperatures and what we can expect.
Yeah, Kim was talking about how the Arctic is warming faster than the rest of the planet. Well, the Arctic Monitoring Program, we've just summarized some of their findings here. They found actually that the Arctic has warmed 3 times as fast as the global average temperature. That was between basically a 50-year period, 1971 to 2019. So that is a hot spot for global climate change in the northern half of our planet. Now, this is amongst the backdrop of several areas of the world that have wildfires burning out of control. Siberia, you saw just a moment ago, the western U.S., 78 large active fires ongoing throughout that area, including the 4th largest wildfire in Oregon's state history. We're talking over 160,000 hectares burned, only 38% containment, which is good because they are starting to make some grounds on this fire. The weather has turned slightly cooler, the winds have dropped, so there has been some improvement, but nonetheless, there is still a significant amount of smoke billowing from these forest fires, including the Bootleg Fire across central Oregon. And why am I showing a picture of the Statue of Liberty? Well, it's because it's shrouded in cloud from the smoke over the western parts of the U.S. and Southern California. It gets lofted into the upper levels of the atmosphere, transported across continents, and impacts places like the East Coast. The good news is the East Coast is going to clear out today. Bad news is that the forest fires still are billowing that smoke, and that's going to help create hazy conditions and also dangerous conditions for people from Minneapolis all the way to Chicago and Indianapolis. In fact, if you just look at the size of combustion particles, such as smoke And the pollution that we emit from our vehicles, it's about 2.5 microns in diameter. That is significantly smaller than the diameter of your human hair. So it has the ability to lodge itself deep within our lungs. That's why people with respiratory problems have issues with smog and smoke. You can see the poor air quality across much of the U.S. We are at our highest level of wildfire alert level across the western U.S. in over a decade. John?
Yeah, and that smog is so fine it can make it through most of those face masks that people wear, so it's a real problem.
That's correct.
Derek, thank you.
Right.
Appreciate it. Well, from fires and floods to this, it's a dust devil. It was the problem in Bolivia. Players were caught by surprise as it rolled in during a local football match on Tuesday. No reports of anyone being hurt or there was any damage as well. Dust devils, though, are small whirlwinds that pick up debris and dust. They're often mistaken for tornadoes.